So firstly, I think one of the greatest benefits is new ideas. So on a relatively regular basis, once a year, you get a new person who comes with a different perspective. And if you create the right environment to encourage collaboration and conversations that allow them time and space to think and contribute, you get just super ideas. And particularly from young apprentices who have a different sensibility about the world. I'm 20 years into my career, and I see the world very differently from all of the apprentices that we've had. And they challenge my thinking in a way that it still today still surprises me when they ask questions about why I'm doing something, why an artist or why the organisation might have a way of working which to them just doesn't make any sense anymore. It's in an old world and doesn't really have any relevance to their present. Having that in the team is hugely valuable.
I had reservations about it, if I'm honest. I'm quite precious about my work, and I'm quite precious about it's my little baby almost, the marketing. So having somebody else come on board, I was a bit not quite sure. But having her been here for 6 months, it's been a huge help, really, really relaxed me. I can manage and control my workload a lot better. So yeah, it's been a great help to have her.
For us, it was that kind of altruistic thing of wanting to do something for someone locally and build a workforce, and that's not going to wash with everybody, is it? But I think, it is added capacity. It is a different point of view, a different specialism. She's 10 years younger than the rest of us in the team. So actually, if we're trying to reach younger people, it's really helpful. She understands social media much better than we do, probably because of that age gap as well. It's just kind of, it is an easy way to get an extra person in the team, actually, that you can come in for a year, you can help, but actually they bring a much interesting and different perspective to what we do.
We currently sit in an environment which is more diverse than the workforce that I have. So we work to a range of artists, work with artists and communities that are more diverse than my team. And that's a concern. So for me, the ability to broaden and deepen the relationship we have with different segments of our community, particularly locally, is important, so that actually those that we come into contact with feel that somehow we're representing or represent the community in which we're located.
So with the technical apprenticeship, the advantages to us were that we had another member of the team who was able to take on tasks at a level that were absolutely up to a standard that we would expect and that we would require for operating a show, for example, lighting operating a show, or being backstage, or whatever was required, or rigging the lights. Brandon was absolutely able to add and contribute to that as part of the team.
There's a financial benefit, of course, because we pay well, and we pay the national living wage. But I suspect that if we were paying a graduate, we'd have to pay more. And so there is a financial benefit, there's no escaping of that. But I don't necessarily think that that's the thing that worries us or concerns us the most.
Well, I was working in Tesco's before this, and I wasn't wanting to do that for the rest of my life. And obviously now I'm 20, so I'm a bit older than how apprentices normally are. So it's expensive for me to go back to college, and I'd really struggle with that, like paying for that and then working as well. So, and this gives me experience and the qualification. Like, it's a bit of a 2-in-1, which is quite nice. And I get paid for doing it, which is even nicer.
I've often been in conversations with employers and saying, well, I don't understand why you haven't done this. Because it's not only exciting to have those roles in the organisation, but you'll save money. Why can't that be an incentive?
You don't know what you don't know until you're working with a more diverse range of people. And so, for example, the work that Ryan does, a lot of it is around our +1 scheme, which is supporting other young people in care. So he knows how to create marketing materials or use social media and have a voice that talks directly to those young people much better than we do. So there's a business case to say that we want to have that young voice working in our organisation so that they can connect with other young people. So he does that really, really well for us. And also just, you know, in a session, he's a community arts apprentice, and in a session, he's just amazing. Particularly with those young people in care and care leavers, because he will put them at ease in a way that I could never do straight away.
Like, you're providing somebody with the opportunity to progress their career and make something of themselves, and like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. Like, it's just, it helps somebody out, and it's not the biggest loss to the company, and you get to train them and show them how things are meant to be done. So it's not like they're coming in there and expected to do all this. You teach them and they learn as they go, and extra pair of hands is never bad, is it?
What would be my pitch? I think it's really simple. You get fresh ideas on an ongoing basis coming into the organisation. It helps you better connect to your locality. You develop really deep connections to an individual that opens up different conversations and networks for you as an organisation. That for me is brilliant, because we're often struggling to find new and interesting relationships that are going to continue to support the influence of our organisation. They do that just by walking through the front door. Hugely valuable. I think the way those roles support the whole team to develop skills, not just that individual, I think are really valuable. So you get even more talented people working, you get better collaboration across the team. So I think there's a greater sense of endeavour. You know, everyone is trying to support this individual be a great person, because we all want them to go away saying great things about this organisation and the work we do.